Okay. Have the stream started? Because...
Let me double check.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so the second one started, and I was talking, I think, too much by my internet problems. 3 second time penalty for Lee at the moment. I think that was for multiple warnings, so he's at the moment under, not under investigation. He's at the moment under that 3 seconds lost when he gets into the pits or when he enters the pit lane. So, yep, now the bot on the RTG channel have pinged that the stream is live. I am sorry because the stream have stopped around lap 11, and I don't know why, because the internet is still strong, and I would say that it was not the problem of it. I would say that it was maybe some I will call it maybe some uncooperation because between those two, between YouTube and between PSN. But we are back, and hopefully we won't get interrupted by my internet once again, by my Wi-Fi once again. And lap 21, we will quickly maybe run you through what happened, because the stream have not been live since lap 11. I don't know why. Actually, I've seen that all those the viewers have left the stream, but I think that is just normal after a few laps of racing. But we are back, and hopefully we'll stay till the end of the race this time. Josh leading. We got a safety car because of I think Pippo Kennedy retiring from this race. I think that was around turn 13 where he have crashed, and he have just caused the safety car. After that, Josh get a very good restart. After that, I would say Kingsman was in second place, but he have fallen down from lap to lap, fallen down 1 place, 2 places, 3 places, and he ended up in P, I would say 17 after a spin. After that, he have retired. The another thing happening was Elegant spinning with Clay the Monkey in turn 2, exactly where Prody is now, and another driver spinning now is Flea in turn 3. So Verstappen .com in a lot of places at the restart. We know that he was capable of getting a podium, but at the moment to lapping some cars ahead of him. But I car on the minimap ahead, or there's just a ghost of some car that we cannot see on the minimap because of some different internet things that my provider that my provider doesn't care about. When I try to call them, they always do not answer. But maybe let's stick into what is the more important than my own live things. Maybe let's stick into details, and my god, stick drift. A bit of stick drift is annoying me at the moment. Yeah, you can see this is very oh yeah, once again this information that the internet connection is not good enough to stream, but I think we are still live. You can check that. Oh my god, couldn't it happen?
Yeah, still live.
Okay, so maybe we will not care about that. Maybe we will just still get our job, so commentate here on the Spanish Grand Prix. I was quite not convinced when I first heard that I'm going to stream here, because usually it is like someone else streams and I commentate on a party on PS, but sometimes it goes well. I think the two-part race with a gap when we had a safety car is not that bad still. Josh in first place with a gap to around 2 seconds to Robo in second place. Clay the Monkey have just left the session now, so probably he have just rage quitted, because he is already out of this race after an incident in turn 2 with a legend that is out of the race as well. Other interesting battles are Looneyman and Chuckle behind him, I would say. Chuckle ahead of him. Actually, behind him is Chuck. So two drivers with Chuck in their first letters. Chuck and Chuckle. Chuck and Chuckle in 4th and 6th place, not in the right order. already mentioning. Now, very good slipstream, very good battle, I would say, between Paul Jones and all the way to Chuck in 6th place as well. No battle, I would say, at this moment, because all those 4 drivers are keeping it as clean as they could into turn 2 and into the turn 3 as well. Now all those drivers have their blinking dots on the backside of the car. Flea have retired from the session. What have happened to him? Now Prop will get through that section where the AlphaTauri have retired. We once again have a safety car. So yep, he have just probably spun and get into the barriers. Yep. Prop have even slowed down a bit because he wanted to see what happened with the Alpha. I would say AlphaTauri driver, but I forget that we don't have the cars. We don't have the cars here too. We don't have the real cars, but the color. But the main team color have just told me that it's AlphaTauri. I'm used to commentating, of course, for the normal race cars, because for in some Polish leagues that I'm doing, even though there has not been an update to the equal car performance, making the cars actually equal, even though we still race on the normal Ferraris, Rebels and all those things, but just the driver that has the most points in the championship gets the best car and stuff like that, etc, etc, and the last one gets, for example, Williams. Robo with a 5-second time penalty, and all those drivers from 1st to 7th and maybe even 8th and maybe 9th and maybe even 13th, I would say most of the drivers are going to pit, but I'm not convinced, because some of them could, for example, have those 4 lap old mediums and 1 lap old softs. So I will predict that maybe Brody, Matty Jones and Prof will stay out to gain some track positions. They still have a very much of a fresh tire compound. I don't know why Josh have chosen mediums, but probably he has he has not any soft tire compound left. I am just a bit scared. So can you please check, Matty, is the stream still live?
Yeah.
Okay, Flea have now left the session, probably a rage quit after he have crashed. Not a worst race for this driver, I would say. It is a bit hard for me to say how he was doing this race, because I have not seen his last performances, like in last season, season 12, season 11, season 10, etc, etc. Maybe he have just joined in this one and this race was his debut, just like me in this league commentating. And it's not done, and it's not gone very well, because we have just stopped streaming lap 11. Now we are back, and Josh at the moment still leading. So at the moment, if my calculations are right, he have led around 89%, 87% of this race, because I have quickly calculated this on my phone, calculating up. So he have led 87% of this race. Well, a very good performance today by the pink and black car. Pink and black car. It just sounds so I would say funny, because Codemasters are too lazy to give us an update that would just make the cars actually equal. We had that problem when the game was firstly released. Now we also once again have that kind of issue. Well, all those cars, Ferrari, Rebel, etc, etc, are not equal, and we just need to choose the F1 World cars. Maybe once again we'll let Matthew just comment on what are your looks into this race. How would you rate it so far? What happened and stuff like that?
It's been pretty exciting, hasn't it, really? I mean, we had, obviously, I think it's 5 drivers DNF, but it happens from time to time. You don't get the best of races and then DNF, but apart from that, pretty exciting race, and lots more to come, 6 more laps.
Yeah, 6 more laps. That could, theoretically, they could change everything. Josh could theoretically spun, Robo could theoretically crash, and we can even see Prof winning this race. But those are very far predictions from reality. No offense to Prof, of course. I just want to say that at the moment he's in last place. A bit of unlucky for this driver once again. If, for example, anyone else was in the last place, I will also talk about them. And safety car in this lap. So we will get Josh probably we will see Josh getting away from all the drivers in a matter of seconds. Maybe Robo is going to be a bit of more challenge for him. That at the moment Legend and Clay the Monkey were I think, because Prody was Legend or Prody fighting with him around lap 11 or 10. Do you remember?
I'm not too sure.
Yeah, because two drivers, I would say both of them have capital letters in their first in the first letter of their nicks. I would not say more about that because Josh is now going, and I was right. He have gone away very nicely from Robo, but Robo still got away very nicely from Paul in third place. So actually the one that lost the most time in this restart was Looneyman, who needs to already defend from Chuck behind him. Looneyman, yeah, Chuck uncovering himself into turn 1, but that was not a problem. Shanek now trying to overtake Matty Jones, that they both ghosts, so we won't see any overtaking action between them because you can just fade easily through them. Josh, now Robo, gets the 3-second time penalty, but we still see those two drivers fighting as hard as they can. 5 laps till the end of this race. 5 laps that can really predict anything. When we have those few 3 seconds left between when there's nothing happening in this track, could you please quickly, Matthew, tell me where should we make the post-race interview? Like invite the drivers to the party, or I will stop telling you that because now the Robo is into this diving into Josh in turn 11. Now the attempt is unsuccessful, so I will continue this question. How should we invite the drivers to the post-race interview?
They just join the party chat after the race. So after the race is finished, they come in the party chat, the top 3.
Okay, now just wanted to cut in there because Robo very close behind Josh. 1:13.4 for Danny at the moment, the fastest lap. This is not what we are interested in. This is what we want to see, because Robo now gets the move done before we even get to turn 3. Now he's ahead of Josh, so now Josh losing a bit of percent of leading in this race. Maybe he's the F1 World Basic Car driver is going to be finally some challenge for the pink and black car driver for Josh McGill. I'm gonna pronounce him with his full first name and last name at the moment. That would be a bit more. That would be a better idea than just saying Josh all the time, black and pink driver. That sounds quite funny when we just say black and pink car and not a normal like Ferrari, Red Bull, stuff like that. I will commentate on that once again because Robo have just set the fastest second sector, so he has a chance of getting away from Josh McGill for that 3 seconds. Let maybe change the penalties. Oh, that is a bit more of a problem. Robo has a 5-second time penalty, not 3 seconds, so this will be a bit more hard for Robo. Though also don't miscount Josh McGill, who was the first driver for a lot of time in this race. He was the first driver for actually 80% of this wall race for this World Spanish Grand Prix, round 1 of season 13 of Road to Glory League. So he also wants to win this race. He doesn't only want to stick into 5 seconds behind Robo, but I think that is also a good strategy for the pink and black car, because he could get a bit of a redemption if he is that kind of a person from Robo. He can get a redemption from him. Robo attacked him, so Josh McGill can wants him to fall even more behind in this timesheet, because at the moment he will be something around, I would say, P9 when we all finish this race. Yeah, he will be exactly in P9, because I have counted to 5 seconds, and Danny is in that 5-second gap behind Robo, and Prody is not. So Prody, the other Audi driver, needs to be a bit faster if he wants to score 1 place up. Lee now with 3-second time penalty, so that equals to 6 seconds. Now Robo very close, ahead of Josh, a bit closer than last lap. So Josh McGill opens his DRS, that pink and black car, close behind that yellow and black car. Is it going to be a dive down the inside for Josh McGill? He tries that maneuver and he gets that maneuver done before we even get to the apex of a turn. Now Josh still reclaiming his lead of that Spanish Grand Prix for, I think, around 100th time. Very exciting race. Is Robo going to fight him back? At the moment it does not look like he's interested in doing so. He sticks into the second place. Very good battle between those two drivers. How could you compensate of Josh having some fight once again in this race?
Well, it's been a clean one this time, I would say. Not much contact at all. And Josh McGill, we know, a fast driver, so capable of getting his elbows out to defend that first place.
Yeah, but we still have 2 more laps, so actually Robo still can spin. So this curse, this I would say Spanish Josh curse, can still be continued. But let's of course hope not. Let's of course hope we are going to get some good racing actions. Let's hope Robo is not going to give up, even though he has that 5-second time penalty, which at the moment actually quits him out of that race win fight, because we have only 2 laps left. Let's hope he will not give up. Let's hope he will try to maybe reclaim P8, P9, P7 at the moment if he gets faster. Now he's closing up. He's close to the buffer of that black and pink car. He even covers the black and pink car before we get to the entrance of turn 1. He is once again ahead. Now Josh covers it off. Now Josh tries to go around the outside of turn 3. The maneuver is not successful, but now he tries to do it on the inside. Not the successful maneuver once again. Chuckle now attacking Chuck. 2 drivers with a very similar name, swapping places. P5 for the longer nickname driver at the moment in that white and black car. Still getting a very good action. Robo, 5-second time penalty, still leading this race. Actually, everyone can still retire and Robo can win the race, even though he has a 5-second time penalty. I am a very theoretic commentator for our past few laps here. Everything can happen. Actually, everything can happen, because we have the final lap in just a few seconds when we cross 7 turns. Or 6 turns actually, because this third sector is I think actually the most technical sector of all Circuit de Barcelona track, if it's not the first one. Of course, miscounting this long start and finish straight that they are entering now. The long start and finish straight that Josh can still get his elbows out and show that he wants that race late, even though ahead of him car has the 5-second time penalty. Yes, it is a very short, very clean, good overtake by Josh. So we don't see a will-to-will battle between those two, and it's bad because we don't get very excited, and it's good because they don't get crashed. So it has good and bad sides. These 2 sides of a in Poland we say 2 sides of a penny. It can fall in 1, it can fall in 2, and maybe let's stick into Chuckle, very close behind Luniman. He have uncovered himself as we get into turn 4, but did not. But the maneuver was not successful when he gets into the apex of this turn. He gets his elbows out. He hopes the Williams ahead of him will make a mistake somewhere. Will make a mistake maybe in this one. Maybe will make a mistake in the next turn. He gets the DRS, but this straight is not the one that you usually overtake on, but the Williams missing the apex a bit there. A very close battle between those 2 drivers. It is the final lap, so I need to head over to Josh McGill, who have just presented up a very good recover, very good drive throughout the whole race. He is crossing the line to become a Spanish Grand Prix winner. He's crossing the line to lead the race, particularly every single lap, if not some overtakes, if not I would say Robo, if not Elegant, if not Play the Monkey, and if not Prody, he would lead the race all time long. Because actually the race was very much about someone fighting Josh, someone overtaking Josh. Josh overtakes him after a lap, after a distance of a lap. Someone other overtaking Josh. Josh still reclaims that first place after a matter of a minute and 14, because 1 minute 14 is usually the time that we get through a lap in Circuit de Barcelona Catalunya on this game. On F122 it was very much longer, because I would say of course we had that slower cars, we had that very much over of course we had that awful chicane. I would just call awful chicane at the last sector. We cannot forget about that chicane was a major opponent for every single driver, every single community member of F122. Now we finally get rid of it, so we can enjoy a very good track. We can enjoy a actually very good track, because last year it was more of a track that just combines every single turn type. Now we don't have a chicane on this track, so not that much of a super driver learning track. But Josh McGill, very good race. It is, I would say, perfect weekend for him. Some of the fights, very good fight, but still showing us that he is at the moment the driver crossing the line first. He is this league's own Max Verstappen. He is the driver that will win, actually I would say, most of the races this season. I don't know yet, but I can predict that it's going to happen because he was very fast in qualifying. He was very fast in the race. The race was all about someone overtaking Josh McGill and Josh McGill overtaking him after a lap. So have you already invited those drivers into our party? Okay, so I have not already seen what place did Looneyman take, because I was a bit more focused on Sol telling that Josh McGill have won the race. So okay, maybe do you want to ask the questions, or I should do this? Okay, maybe I will wait for all those three drivers to enter the party before we start the questions. But if they do not appear in a few seconds, then I will just what can I say? Then I will just ask the questions to Loniman first. Or now we have Paul Jones. Yeah. Okay, so Josh McGill cannot join our party for sure. Okay. Okay, so the first question actually will be for both of you, for both Paul Jones and Looneyman. Maybe starting from Paul Jones answering this question. That is the main question that I ask all the drivers after all those streams. Were you expecting a podium today? Maybe let's go first, Paul Jones.
I won't go into the details of it, but the grip's so inconsistent. So
Okay, and the same question to Looneyman. Okay, I need actually to think a bit to ask some interesting questions at the moment if I want to bore all the viewers on the stream, because I'm quite that type of a person, and and maybe starting off with uh, are lots of things happening on this race. So this will also be a question to both of the drivers. A lot of things happening in this race, and after the two safety cars, did you have some problems with the strategy? Maybe starting once again with Paul Jones.
in what way? I mean, when you say the strategy, mine was always going to be medium to hard, and then obviously the safety car came out, so everyone's going to box. So it's sort of like even everything out really. But then obviously with 7 laps left, if you didn't go on the softs, you would have been daft not to. So I mean, mine were used, so I think they were 2 laps old, so they wasn't brand new, but managed to get me P2, so can't complain.
Yeah, and I think the same question to Looneyman, and after that I will start to ask the individual ones. Okay, I can guess when maybe another question. I will say this is going to be the last question, third question. After that, we will just end the stream. We know that you are quite happy with your results in the race, because everyone is happy when they get a podium. Maybe not a driver that is dominating in the season, but no one is dominating yet, so we can't say who wouldn't be happy with a podium. So I would start off with a question once again. I will end this stream, of course, with a question once again to both of you. Were you happy with your results in the qualifying? Maybe starting once again with or no, this time starting with Looneyman. Okay, and the same question maybe to Looneyman. Sorry, no, Paul Jones, sorry.
No, to be honest, I messed up on my last run. I think I was getting on for a 10 foot, and then the grip just disappeared. So yeah, I don't know where that would have put me. It may have improved, may have not. I'll never know, but made it up in the race, so can't complain with that.
Okay, and I think that is all. So we have seen a very interesting race in Spain, and thank you to both of drivers for answering the questions.
No problem.
And yep, I would say that is the end. We have just had some problems with the stream in the middle of the race, but we have fixed them. So thankfully we managed to finish it. It is just a few laps of a gap. I hope it won't. I have my fingers crossed it won't happen next time. Thank you both of our drivers, and I think bye because uh, I don't I don't think what should I do before after the race here. And thank you for watching the stream. Thank you for being with us throughout those few 33 laps and qualifying with that few laps, as I said, gap. Thank you and goodbye.